You know what day it is. It's opening day for the Chicago Cubs, and we've got Dan Roner out live at Wrigley, just ahead of their matchup with the Brewers.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, you guys. Yeah, just enjoying the weather out here. It's unbelievable. In spite of the dire forecast, the sun has come out. Temperatures are touching 70 degrees at this point, I think, and we should have a wide open afternoon for baseball here at Wrigley Field, the beginning of the 100th year of baseball here on the north side. No World Series champions yet, but I'm sure we'll get around to that in the very near future. One thing about the weather today, though, the wind, it is really blowing and blowing from the southwest, which means straight out toward the scoreboard in center field, so you can expect a long game and a lot of runs here at the ballpark today. You know, opening day, regardless of the conditions or the records or anything, is always a special day, and especially so today for Scott Hairston, who has his first opening day as a Cub here at Wrigley Field. He's a member of that venerable baseball family. Sam Hairston, Jerry Sr., Scott's brother, Jerry Jr., who spent some time here at Wrigley Field, and now Scott playing in the city where he grew up, went to high school out in Naperville, and this will be a very special day for him at Wrigley Field.
It's very exciting. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and it's finally here, so ready to get started and really soaking in walking in the stadium today. A lot of memories that I've had as a kid coming here, just reflecting back. I mean, it's a great feeling. I'm really excited. I know there's going to be a big crowd today. I think the Cubs tradition, I think I'm going to soak that in, and I know how important that is to the fans. And listening to the radio today, a lot of the fans you hear in the background, the excitement that they have, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to play for the home team.
Doesn't get much better than that. Hometown kid, opening day at Wrigley Field. That's pretty special. We'll be back with the pregame show at 12:30. Next year is here, followed by the broadcast beginning at about 1 o'clock. Len and Jim DeShays will have it for you. The Cubs and the Brewers this afternoon right here on WGN.
Let's hope that weather holds with him out there. It looks beautiful.
Watch the
when
sun
is it
come
like
out.
that on opening day?
It's like magic. You know, as the Cubs prepare to take on the Brewers, plans to renovate Wrigley Field have rooftop owners preparing to take on the Cubs, possibly in court.
WGN's Tanya Francisco is live in Wrigleyville with more. Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Dina and Steve. You know, the Wrigleyville rooftop owners say they don't have a seat at the negotiating table, so they only can react to whatever deal or what comes of these talks. Now, I spoke to Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts early this morning, and he seemed to indicate that whatever deal is reached, it will be fair.
There's a lot of progress. Like I said, the mayor's office has been terrific. The alderman's been very productive. We're moving forward.
Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts not revealing any details about the Wrigley Field renovation negotiations, nor is he revealing any kind of timetable for a final deal.
Obviously, it's important to us. Obviously, we'd like to, make sure that we can know what's happening here in the off season, and so it helps to be soon. But the more important thing is to do the right thing.
The Cubs have proposed a 5-year, $500 million renovation plan that calls for more signage inside the ballpark, more night games, and a hotel complex across the street with an office building next door. Through negotiations with the city, the team has also reportedly agreed to build a parking garage nearby. But it's the additional signage inside the park that could pose a legal challenge. The team reportedly wants to put a jumbotron in left field and another smaller sign in right field, possibly similar to the Toyota sign that's already up. Rooftop owners say if that plan is approved, they will sue, saying the additional signage would not only block some of their views, but also violate their contract with the team and would in effect put them out of business.
We have an agreement with the Cubs that runs through 2023 that we were negotiated in federal court with Crane Kenny, the current Cubs president, and we want the contract honored. And the Cubs need to make their presentation to the neighborhood as well. I belong to a lot of neighborhood groups in the Lakeview area, and I know they have a lot of work to do there too.
WGN legal analyst Terry Sullivan questions whether this issue will divide the rooftop owners.
The main thing, I think, for the rooftop owners is, are they 16 of them around here? Are they, in fact, all together? And do they have one law firm that is representing them? Right. And And finally, whether or not if a jumbotron is put up and it's only going to block one or two, will the rest of them stay together and defend the contract?
Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts seemed to downplay the rift between them and the rooftop owners, saying that he doesn't believe it will come to a legal challenge and that everything will be worked out. But then again, it is opening day, and as he had hoped to have a deal on the table, we have nothing to report for you at noon, just before the start of the game. I'm live outside a windy Wrigley Field. Tanya Francisco, WGN.
I know you forecast this, but did you plan it for us so beautifully? So it rained in the morning and then sunshine for the opener?
I heard Dan say dire forecast. We thought the rain would come in the morning and scatter up in the afternoon. It's done that, and it's going to get warm. That was something that first appeared on Friday. And boy, it is windy out there. Dan is sure right about that. We have gusts over 50 miles per hour. Look at this view looking south from, I believe it's from the Willis Tower. Yes, it is. And you can see the heavy overcast in the area, but we're getting sun to break through it as well. The big story again is the wind. Boy, if you're out there at Wrigley, there ought to be some home runs flying today as this wind blows out towards center field. Those are wind gusts right now, part of a big wind regime that has winds blowing at 30 and 40 and even more miles per hour. There's one storm here that is lifting through the area. We get a quiet period in terms of precipitation to come after that, and then we go back into storminess this week. This is going to be a very active week. Look at wind gusts across the metro area at the Latin School, Lombard, Wheaton, and Glenview, up over 50 miles per hour. I don't think we've had a windier opening day for a little while around here. It's certainly going to be lovely and warm. Temperatures up flirting with 70 later today. These are wind gusts at DeKalb, Carroll Stream, Schaumburg, and Portage. And look at the rains, almost an inch and a third, a little over that at Sandwich, nearly an inch at Woodridge, Glenview, and Whitewater in the 0.8 of an inch range area. Right up the street from Wrigley Field here at WGN, we're at 61. We have sustained winds. Actually, they've been up at double digits for the most part. We've had gusts of 48. It was really roaring coming in here today, and you can see this is our camera up north showing the rain sweeping through this morning at Harvard. And here's the view south of us in Dyer. You folks saw rain, but we have this sun-cloud mix going right now. We're in what's called the dry slot. This is the batch of strongest upper-level winds, and you get a corridor in which the sun comes out, but it blows like crazy there. This wave is the first in a series. The main event is actually sitting back here to the west, and this represents the first week in which widespread severe weather is likely to break out through the mid-U.S. It's been a very quiet season. There are the rains departing on the radar. Here's the warmth that contrasts with the cold that's setting up this big spring storm. We're at 61 at Midway, 64 at Lansing. It's 57 at O'Hare right now, with sustained winds at O'Hare west at 32, and we've got a humidity of 77%. Now water temperature up to 44. Well, this is a classic severe weather producing jet stream pattern by midweek. Big dip in the jet, cold air on one side with snow, tornadic thunderstorms on the other side. The Storm Prediction Center indicating this thing will produce several waves of severe weather in the next couple of days. We should be just north of that, but see big rains. See how things quiet down until tomorrow morning when the rain comes in, and then here's the storm with big snows on its backside and waves of showers and storms. We're up to Wednesday morning. Here's a Wednesday evening. Look at these things. They come through in batches, so it won't rain continuously. We're clear this afternoon. There might be an errant sprinkle or shower, but it'll just be windy and partly cloudy. Then the clouds, that's midnight tonight. Here's tomorrow morning with the clouds filling in and some pretty good showers and thunderstorms, the first of several clusters to go through. In the next couple of days, I want to go back and show you that. We calculate 2.98 inches of rain may fall in the next 7 days. That's 4 times normal in the Chicago area. There again, one more look at that precipitation. Our winds will be strong today, coming down tonight, but look at this big wind field out to the west. This throws the Gulf moisture up in our area. Our winds will come off the lake in the city. That keeps us fairly cool. But downstate, there could be 80-degree temperatures in the next couple of days. Severe weather today and tonight out in the plains, coming ever closer into central Illinois tomorrow and a corridor down to Texas, as you can see there. And look at these temperatures. Today, 65, if not 70, with 70s downstate. tomorrow, with teens and 20s out in the plains. We'll be in the 60s here, a little cooler at the water, downstate in the 70s. And look at Wednesday. Indianapolis and Evansville could hit 80, even as we have low 40s and winds off the lake. And there's our storm right there coming in the area. And look at the rain numbers here. This is just for the next 3.5 days, but you can see some 2 and 3 inch totals right in there. So it's going to get wet, but fortunately not today. Boy, the Cubs have a lucky star. Maybe this is a sign of bigger things to come this season for the Cubs. Warm and partly cloudy, very windy, southwest winds. 10 to 20, but gusty up to 40 and 50 at times this afternoon. There's a slight chance of an isolated shower, but it won't be widespread. Tonight, partly cloudy with temperatures going down into the 40s, and a shower and thunderstorm toward morning. Cloudy and breezy tomorrow. Several clusters of showers and storms. High of 53, but 60s in our south suburbs. And showers and thunderstorms with heavy rainfall on Wednesday, chilly and windy. High of 51, northeast winds at 12 to 24. Our 7-day forecast shows 66 tomorrow, 51 Wednesday, 45 Thursday. The heaviest rains will come in tomorrow night and Wednesday, though there could be a cluster in the morning here. And then we taper to showers later in the week. That could even be mixed with a couple of snowflakes on Friday, but we stair-step back up to 67 by Monday. So how about, we had our first 70 on Saturday over the weekend, a little bit late, but nice to see it.
And
Took a while.
Every
Yeah.
second.
We're there.
Go Cubs.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
See you
Tom.
later,
Thank
Dina.
you for
All right.
joining us today.
Cubs home openers next.